Now, someone may ask, is death not too great a punishment for sin? That's a good question, right? Now, why will God use death as a punishment for sin? And I think it's a just question for any one of us to ask. I've asked that question many times. Why death? Why? Why is that the right punishment for sin? Even when it is regardless of its severity. That you lie, the punishment is sin, is death. That you murder 20 million people, the punishment is still death. Why did God choose that? Some of us asking that kind of questions. The first thing I want you to understand is, I would like to say that this tells us more about the sinfulness of sin. That's the first thing. It tells you how grievous sin is. It helps us to understand. If God says, see, the end of your life and the end of relationship with me is what is going to be the consequence of your sin. It tells you a lot about how God views sin. Now, it's not something that God can condone. God is ready to wipe everyone away. We've done it many times. He did it in the days of Noah. Wiped the whole world away because of sin. Why? It tells you that it tells you how much damage sin does to the heart of God. How much it breaks his heart to see those who he had created perfectly to live the life of sin. You see how God treated the children of Israel, how much he loved them. He said, Israel is my firstborn. He loved them, said, I've called you. But yet, even today, look at what is happening with Israel. Israel have never known peace. Never enjoyed peace, except in the days of the early kings, when they served God in true righteousness and holiness. But today, Israel is still suffering. Why? Because they still deny the Messiah. Majority of the Jewish people still believe that Jesus is not the Messiah. And that is why Jews are still suffering today. The only time the peace will come is when the Messiah returns, when the Messiah comes. And that in itself, the rejection, and Jesus Christ said it emphatically in the gospel, the rejection of him itself is what? Is sinful.